Listen.
If you do not understand white supremacy, what it is, and how it works, everything else that you understand will only confuse you. Now, sometimes people say, well, you mean everything that I understand will confuse me if I don't understand racism? Yes, because racism is the dominant political and religious motivating force among the people of the planet in all 9 areas of activity: economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war. That covers just about everything that any person, minute by minute, might be doing or engaged in any time of day or night, anywhere on the planet. We've been taught that. We're told that. I mean, that's an assumption. That's not an assumption we just made based on evidence. Those who say that, we've been taught. You know, you hear it all the time. You're in control. You're in control. You can be anything that you want to be. Anything that you want to be, you can be it. And that may be theoretically true. But if you're black and you're on this planet, you're going to have to deal with the white supremacists in anything that you want to be that's worth being. Now, anything that's not worth being, any type of silliness, any type of foolishness, any type of dangerous activity, anything that's tacky or trashy or terroristic, you can do that because that's all been authorized. But anything that's going to be constructively productive in a concerted way, in a focused way, in a clear way, in a steady way, the white supremacists will come around and say, oh no, if you're going to do anything that's a real improvement, something that's really a breakthrough and really constructive, you're going to have to get my permission to do it, and I ain't giving my permission. And if you don't like it, fight me. I'll challenge any of you because I'm an expert at violence. You people think you know something about violence on the south side of Chicago. Have you ever seen me when I really get in a violent mode? All of you black people all over the planet, you think you know something about violence, you get in my face. I invented violence. I'm the master of violence. I teach violence all the time. I teach it to you. The AK-47s that you have, you get them from me. And don't you forget it. You're totally helpless when it comes to anything. In economics, in education, in war, trying to run a family and whatnot. You don't have a family. I'm in charge of your families. I'm in charge of your entire village. I'm in charge of what you call your entire country. I run everything. You don't move on the ocean without me, without my permission.
Mm-hmm.
I know where you all are. I mean, I have planes in the air all the time that can watch you when you're trying to put a needle, put some thread on a needle. I know when you're doing it because I invented the thread and the needle. And even if I didn't invent it, I took it over. So don't start talking to me about your inventions either. Because whatever you have, I have. Because I took you, which means I took everything that you have, including all your ancient knowledge that you claim that you have. And so this is why in the book that I wrote, I say black people shouldn't brag about anything. We should be out of the bragging business altogether. I mean like almost forever, into infinity. Because we have lost everything if we ever had anything worth having. We have lost it under the system of white supremacy. We are not in a position to brag about anything. And when we do, we come under that silly banner. Because the white supremacists would look at us and say, what are they parading about? What are they bragging about? Look at their condition. Look at the condition of what they call their families. They beg us for everything. They're not in charge of anything. Not one thing are they in charge of. But they have time to brag. We have really done an excellent job on them. Let's keep doing it. See, it always comes down to procedure. See, black people love slogans. You know, black power, fist in the air. We love a lot of drama. Dark glasses and looking ominous and all this kind of stuff and dreadlocks and all the rest of it. I mean, to assert our manhood, that's a whole bunch of nothing. I mean, let's face it. We got to deal with truth. I mean, black people more than any people on the earth talk about keeping something real. And we're the most unrealistic people that ever existed in the history of the universe. Because we won't, first of all, tell the truth about our prison-like state and the system of white supremacy. We have to understand the system that we're in and stop pretending. Stop being actors. Stop pretending to be fathers. Stop pretending to be mothers. Stop pretending to be something other than what we are, victims of white supremacy. Because now some people will say, well, if we look at ourselves as victims, that kills the spirit. No, it doesn't. See, black people want all these wonderful reports. We are great when it comes to drama and pageantry. We want somebody to tell us how great we are because we're just so black and proud. Well, it doesn't make sense in the system of white supremacy. We don't have anything to be proud about. But that doesn't mean that we just go around and forever be heads down, hand dog. Right. It means you do like any people do who have odds against them. Know what the odds are and start codifying how you are going to overcome these odds, and don't spend 5 minutes bragging about yourself. You're either a member of a race or you're not. You know, there's no such thing as two races. I mean, you're either a racist or you're not. The only purpose for being a member of any race is to practice racism. And the only reason for practicing racism is to mistreat somebody based on color. It absolutely serves no other purpose. You can be a member of a tribe, you can be a member of a fraternity, you can be a member of a nation or a sorority or a committee. But if you're a member of a race, that's an invention of the white supremacists, presumably. They're the usual suspects. And the only purpose for being a member of a race is to practice racism. So what is racism? It's mistreating people based on color. That's all it's good for. Not good for nothing else. I mean, you know, why join a race unless you can explain why you're joining a race or inventing a race? I'm going to invent a new race of people. In order to do what? Why can't you just do whatever you're going to do that needs doing? If you need to produce a product, just go ahead and produce the product. Why are you inventing a race of people in order to do what? That's the question. So this racial showcasing is something that the white supremacists do. And what does that mean? It means they take a few non-white people that they have classified as non-white, and they sprinkle them out among the populations of the world. And they give that few, sometimes it's money, billions of dollars, and or they will give them some type of fancy title. And then they will showcase, say out of a population, say of 40 million black people, for instance, they will take maybe 5,000 people. I mean, if you just line them up, that's quite a few people, all right? And dump $1 billion on each one of them. 5,000 black people, and each one of them gets $1 billion. Now, if you put that in a magazine and put all their pictures in there and whatnot, that'll be a pretty thick magazine. If you just turn the pages of all of these billionaires, each one of them has $30 billion, all right? 5,000. You say, oh, that's black progress. Look, 5,000 black people. Each one of them have $30 billion. Man, we have overcome. There are no more problems. But see, you're not counting all of the millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of black people out here who don't have a biscuit to eat. All right? So that's what showcasing is all about. It's about putting up a few, just a handful out of an entire world population of people who are classified of color. And they parade them around all over the internet, all over the photographic world, all over the viewing world, you know, just parade them. Just takes a handful. Sometimes it's just a dozen or two. And you parade them everywhere. Put them on every newscast and whatnot. And then you turn to the world audience and say, see, there's no racism. Look at these dark-skinned people and look at their royal positions. All right? Give you a royal title. And say, see, no racism. Racism is gone. I mean, you know, in fact, at a certain point, we're going to say it never did exist. So what are you people complaining about? We don't want to hear any complaints. Look, we have a whole royal family that's got people of color in it. Wow! Isn't that grand? Now all of your problems are solved instantly. All of you people who are digging in the dirt in the Congo, I mean in those mines and whatnot, at low wages and whatnot, you don't have any problems anymore. They're all over. Now some people have said they've seen some cartoons of my work on the internet that have been presented, and that it pretty well embellishes what I have been trying to say in my textbooks. And to the extent that it does that, well, that has been, from what I understand, some people reported to me, a plus. Because they didn't understand what I had written very well, but when they saw those cartoons that just repeated what I was saying and attaching my name to it, and came right out of the book, the material did, they say that they better understood it. And I can understand that because people are kind of visual, particularly in the year 2021 now, more visual than ever.